my side project, MTC Mag, and oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there's a yeah. I'm starting
But
to see some of your photos here. Okay. Well, so
anyway,
this was where now? Where you took this is so
uh,
this is Ace, right?
Dallas, Texas, original Kiss founding member and guitar player, passed away this afternoon. In fact, right before we went on with the recording. So,
Really? Was he sick or something? Because
no, he actually apparently a couple weeks ago fell inside of his studio, hit his head, and had a brain bleed. Unfortunately, the family had to make the decision to
oh,
pull
that's
the plug.
awful.
He'd been on life support for, I'm not sure if it'd been the whole 2 weeks. Yeah, it was just announced this afternoon
Were
he'd
were they
passed away.
still like working together or playing together?
No, Ace was all solo. I had the opportunity to photograph him a couple of years ago. Actually, I believe it was July of 23 that I got to photograph him by himself.
My Kiss understanding is a little limited. Duane, I always refer to Duane as my guy that kind of helps me through with some of the rock of the 80s, exposed me to some different music. I wouldn't say Kiss was my usual genre, but I do love their stuff. He was one of you said the first?
Yeah, he was an original founding member of Kiss. He was the guy that had they referred to as the spaceman, the makeup. He had kind of like the jagged eye makeup around his eyes. They called him Space Ace or Space Ace, I believe it
And what
was.
happened? Like, why was he no longer part of the group?
There was a few stories. Believe which one you want to. But I've heard that
You're plugged in, so I'm sure you know all the stories.
well, I know a few anyway. It's creative differences, and the band was wanting to go a different direction, and he wasn't a willing participant. But I've also heard that drugs and alcohol were involved, and I know he did have a problem back in the 80s with that as well. I think even longer, but and there's some speculation that he was kicked out of Kiss basically for drug and alcohol abuse.
You have been able to photograph him on a solo?
Yes, yeah. 2 years ago, down here in a wonderful venue down in Dallas, Texas, called the Echo Lounge. So it was for my side project, MTC Mag, and oh, there he
Oh,
is.
there's yeah. I'm starting
But
to see some of your photos here. Okay. Well,
but
so
anyway,
this was where now? Where you took this is so
uh,
this is Ace, right?
Dallas, Texas. It is right next to the venue. Is right next to where the Dallas Mavericks practice. In fact, they're adjoining building, but it's a nice. I don't know. I think they maybe hold 1,500 people, but it's just a nice kind of cozy
And this was
space.
back in
So
2023 when you shot these.
2023 up July, I believe.
Was he pretty nice for photographers or what? I know you've had some stories that we've talked about.
Kinda. He wasn't the Ace is still, well, was at that point and still till the time of his death, I assume, a good guitar player. He has a tone that's definitely his, and you know it's him when you hear him play. He's photographer friendly. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, the man's been photographed for over 50 plus years, so he's probably sick of photographers. His people
And
were
you
nice enough to let me in to photograph the show. And
and it
so,
looks like you were able to kind of move around a bit because this is kind of the a side angle to get that
yeah, and
right.
he gave me a let's say just chase the ace. That was kind of I hope you're getting this. But when I would get kind of in front of him a little closer, he'd kind of move and kind of make me chase him a little bit.
It's a little dance, right? I haven't done
It is.
very
It
much
is.
concert photography, so I kind of go off of what your experience has been.
Yeah, and some artists are like that. I'll tell you, probably. Yep, there. That was about the only one where he gave me kind of a direct look, and I was off to the side there, as you can tell, and I was a good distance back. I think I shot that with a 7200 lens, and so.
What kind of music does he do? Is it similar to
Uh,
what Kiss does?
oh, he played all Kiss, and so well,
Okay.
he played a couple of his own, and he when he was with Kiss, he wrote as well. So he co-wrote songs, and so he would do some of his own. And then when he was with Kiss, all four members came out with a solo album, so he had material from that, and it was a nice evening. He had a great band with him. I think they helped him out a lot. Great musicians with him, and him himself being an icon as well.
Ooh,
So
nice. I like this one here.
yep. But yeah, there was a lot of sneaking around with Ace. I was pretty happy with the shots I got. The lighting wasn't the best.
Are you there with, is there like another photographer from a different place there also, or?
I want to say I was the only one, if I remember. Maybe one other guy, but I think maybe two of us at most. Concert photography is kind of a dying thing, so it's unfortunately
Go from the
people,
cooler colors before to this one's a little warmer.
Yep,
Different angle there.
got the kind of orangish light behind him there. But my dog is at the door. I kind of like that one too. That last one.
Oh wow, this one's a great one too. I love the interplay with the other like bandmates and stuff.
Yeah, that was I believe my favorite from the session. So, and there were a couple songs which I appreciate that some musicians are still trying to sing things that they probably shouldn't be singing. So his bandmates, especially the bass guitarist there in the foreground of the picture there, he sang quite a bit, but he did a very admirable job. So
Yeah, well, that's bummer news. Right before we went on the air here about Ace Frehley.
yep, definitely. He was 74. He lived a lifetime for sure. A
Yeah,
couple
part of one of
lifetimes.
the greatest bands of all time too, right?
Yep. Doesn't get much better than that. And I'm always glad that, they did their final farewell a couple years ago and I got to photograph them, minus Ace, of course. It was my first time, only time getting to photograph them. So,
Well, I think the
so
cool part
definitely,
is that all of the photographs that you have as far as the concert photography, it's all one of a kind.
yeah, it's one of a kind.
It's the only, what you capture there in concert is the only one that exists that looks
Yeah.
like what you have. I think that's
Yeah.
cool.
You got one of those 101s right behind you, and I think you
My
still got
Carrie Underwood's up there,
Yep.
autographed by
Yep.
Duane.
Now we got to get autographed by Carrie. That'll be our next project.